Hello and welcome along. Today we are back on Felsbrunn on our Let's Play here on Farm Manager. We're heading once again down towards the shop, and this is because now that we've got our field lined, and if you want to see us doing that, check out the previous video. We need to get the field cultivated and seeded. Now what I'm going to do is I want to do this all at once. So I either want to get a direct seeder, or I want to get a cultivator seeder combination, which is something that was available in the Coon pack in FS17. Exists as part of FS19, so I want to try and give that a go. Of course, our forks and our stuff to load it all is still here. So let's turn this off. We'll go and have a look in the shop. But yeah, so we've got our pallet forks and our front loader. We need to get this back to our farm at some point. Or what's loosely our farm, our field and our bit of grass beside it. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to have a look in the shop. And we're going to see how much... Oh, we'll see how much our options are. So, if we have a look in the seeders, which are here. So, there's this brand new... there's this Vatstad, which is quite a good one. Which, but I am using this on my start from scratch realism experiments. I want to try and use something a little bit different. You got the agromass here, which is 180 horsepower. Now, what I want to check before we go any further, we have 175 horsepower. So that actually would be pushing it. Our tractor would do it, but it would struggle a bit. So yeah, that is one option. This is another. So this requires 100 horsepower. This is the Coon I was talking about. So 100 horsepower. It's also, wow, really 30,000. And this is already cheaper. Although it's not direct seed, we need to get the cultivator as well. But that's 100 horsepower. That's not any horsepower. And then if we go and have a look at our power harrows, that's 18. So it's not actually that much more expensive. It is 200 horsepower overall. So again, I think we're going to struggle to be able to use that equipment. I do kind of want to get a one that will do both. And there does seem to be only one option for us here. We could push this. We could go 180 horsepower. That will push our machine to the tip, to the end. We're about 5 horsepower too slow. So what I'm going to do is actually, I am going to risk it. I am going to get the agromass here, which does require the 180 horsepower. It's a 3-meter one as well. But it's not one that I've tried, and it's a new one to the game. So let's try this and see if we can actually pull this off. So we're gonna. How much is this? This is 32,000. So yeah, it's quite a. That's quite a lot of risk we've taken there. We also need some seeds for it. Now it takes 5,000 litres, so we will take 2 seed big bags, which are 900 each. So we will buy that. Oh, this reminds me, actually, a comment that got made after the last episode, after we did a lot of stuff with the lime, and did so many lime big bags. I got an overwhelming comment of, you should have used the lime station. I need to work out where the lime station is on the map. Really. I think that would be a very helpful thing. We're in a position where we really should work that out, because what will happen is I will find myself in a position where I want to be doing lime again when we get another field or something like that, and we end up going, right, I need to do lime, and then I end up buying a huge amount of pallets of lime again. I am intrigued to know if it costs more to fill up off the lime station or from the big bags. Because that's always a good question. I would expect it to be about the same. But lots of people have suggested it might be cheaper to do it from the station. Right, now this is interesting in that this definitely takes... There we go, there goes our seed. So the front section of this hasn't opened. I think, if we look in the shop here, this takes fertilizer as well. Perfect. So we'll fill this up with seed first. Then what we'll do is we'll fill it up with solid fertilizer. So this actually is a really good piece of kit for us to get. As long as our tractor can handle it, as long as the it'll probably slow it down the extra horsepower required for this. There we go. That's not quite right. That should be all right. Okay. As long as it doesn't slow us down too much, we should be all right. So we will see how this does. We do have at least half a bag of fertilizer left over from our job before, and that means that what we'll then have is the only job we will still need to do on our crop will be to spray it, or we might have to weed as well. So we might need a weeder, but we could get a sprayer and wait for the weeds to grow a bit. I don't know in the game if the yield, if you spray later, if you do herbicide later, whether that affects the yield, whether the yield is lower, or whether it's just a straight overall sort of thing. You know, it doesn't matter how much. Now, will this... Yeah, okay, let's take it over that. I'm hoping. Yeah, there we go. So that fills up there. Pretty good. That's done us very nicely. And also, because we brought this, we will be able to get our front loader back to our farm. Now, my plan is actually to eventually have our little... the little forklift down here. I want to have the forklift at the shop. We're at the moment we're very much buying stuff as we need it. I like the idea of building the farm up slowly like that. And I hope you guys too. Let us know in the comments if you like this approach. I'm really interested in what you guys think. And yeah, is this the greatest way to do it? We seem to actually be doing it in a way that is going to limit us to not buying too much farm equipment. If we have enough equipment to basically get everything done and to be working everything, then we'll be good. And we've not actually passed our first day at the moment. It is 20 to 6 on our first day, and we've managed to harvest lime and we should seed. So you can see that we're not completely refilled. So I'm actually going to leave this on the front of here, thinking about it. And right, what do I have selected? I don't have the right thing. No, I do have the right thing selected. So we're going to do the field from the other way. Right. And we're going to turn it on. Drop it down, and away we go. So, tractor is not doing too badly. We are going across the hill, which is quite good. And that will help us a lot. It's a 3-meter seeder, so this is not the quickest job in the world. So what we'll do is very much we're going to be doing this, and we will probably cut a few times just so that we can get this going right. I'm going to go in cab simply because it's going to speed me up doing it. It'll help me keep on the straight and narrow and you know, basically follow stuff. Now this is where I think I'm going to have issues, because my trailer, thankfully my trailer is not too much in the way. So what are we seeding? We're seeding wheat. I didn't think to check before I started, and that was a little bit silly. But yeah, so we're going to get this seeded with wheat. This is working quite well. The loss of 5 horsepower doesn't seem to have affected us too much, which is good. But we do need to kind of reverse this up here and not giving ourselves a huge amount of room to work with. Right, so come on, back up. Yeah, I didn't necessarily mean to plant wheat. Wheat is still a very profitable crop. What I was trying to avoid doing was having to bale. So we may not make quite as much because I don't plan to bale this field. I have no plans to get a baler anytime soon. So yeah, doing wheat is gonna. We could hire a baler for it. We'll see how we go. I don't want to have this issue that I need to bale the field really to make the money, because we then need to stack and we need to get a bale trailer and all this. So right, so I am going to continue on with this job, and we'll come back once I've got a good chunk of the field done, I think. Right, so we are coming up to about halfway through the field now. One of the things that I'm finding, of course, is that it's 3 meter cedar is not very wide. It's taken a fair amount of time to get through this field. It's in game now. It is 20 to 8. The sun is setting over the hillside over there. We've got all the work lights on the tractor now. And it is doing a really decent job, a real bang up job. I missed a bit there. I will go through and fix these bits. This is withered crop in front of us, so I'm not too worried about running over that a little bit. But it is, yeah, we are getting through the field slowly but surely. It is quite a bit of a slog with this 3 meter cedar, but that's all right. We've chosen a field that's pretty big anyway. It's a good medium-sized field. We've got a good-sized combine for it. It was always going to be one of those things where the size of tractor we got and everything was going to be a little bit of a struggle for it. But I mean, this tractor has performed really well on this cedar. I'm very impressed. The cedar has not slowed it down at all. It's been a little bit of an issue on a couple of slopes we've had, but we're definitely going across the slope here, so it's not that much of an issue. But what we do have, and I think what I'm going to have to do is because it's getting dark, because the moon's rising, and we're running a little bit low on time from that point of view, and because as you can see, even now it's getting quite dark. It's getting harder and harder to see stuff on the video. So yeah, we're gonna keep going at this. I'm gonna keep getting this done, and we are still doing the wheat. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this completed. I'm gonna complete this job off camera. It is going well. This cedar does work brilliantly. If it is a little bit. If it is, as I said, a little bit of a slog because of the width of it. But I'm going to get the rest of this field done and dusted off camera because the sun is setting and because we're losing the light. And so next episode, I don't know what we'll be doing. We may move on to a mission next time. But for me, I'm going to leave this here with you guys for now. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from FendtFarmer, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.